welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, picking up from our very emotional episode last week, we are still talking about dealing with loss, and we still have in the studio with us Yaayanda.
Okay.
And we'll pick it up from here to continue from where we stopped last week. I'm listening to you and a lot of flashes are coming to my head, you know. At this point, we're talking about the persons that are dead, like dead. And then there are the incidences of, I mean, we were having this conversation the other day, and you mentioned something about some persons may not be dead, but they are walking dead. You know?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. How, for people who have people like that, what is the coping system like? Because I know you have situations like that too. What is it like coping?
In fact, because when we talk about loss, what we often refer to is the person is dead. But there are other type of loss, like the one we were talking about. Maybe you have someone that is mentally ill, and maybe you are driving by and you see them. Nobody is claiming all these mad people on the road, but they are from homes. They are from families. They didn't just happen to our roads. Do you understand? So when their families see them, how do they feel? It's a loss. It's a kind of loss. Even when we don't talk about it enough, it's a kind of loss. Okay, for someone who miscarried a pregnancy, it's a loss. We don't talk about it enough. Your phone, you have used your phone for 8 months. One day, you can't find your phone again. It's a loss. Some people say, it's not even the phone that is paining me. It's the connection that I have on the phone. It's a lie, auntie. It's a lie. Do you know how much they are selling phones? Do you understand? It's a loss. We have different types of loss. But for that, for people that are walking dead, when their families see them, I can imagine, because I used to have a cousin like that. When I drive, maybe when I drive through where he normally sits, I'll park and I will wonder, God, every-bodied man on the streets, walking from one street to another, and the family would have tried to, help him. That's another kind of loss. If you have somebody like that, how do you react? How do you heal? Do you understand? So we don't really heal from these things, like I said. We only learn to live with them. Your healing begins when you understand that if I do this, okay, I can live without this person. Then you begin to adapt. Maybe you used to go clubbing together, you used to go to church together. This person, you can call them on midnight calls, and then you have long conversations. You can no longer do that with them. So you have to find a means of adapting.
This finding a means is what is difficult for a lot of people. I know someone who died around 6 months after she lost her husband.
She died.
She died too. She wasn't sick. Nothing happened to her. She kept saying, my best friend is gone. My best friend is gone. How do I cope? And 6 months, she just left and never woke up. And for those 6 months, it was hard for her family. Because having to deal with grieving the loss of the man, and then the torture that he was bringing to the widow he left behind. And then 6 months later, she passed too.
Jesus.
That is where the coping is really, really difficult. And I really wish that there was a way to speak to the souls of these persons to understand that it has happened and there is a need to move on. If you're watching us right now, just like Yaayanda has said, you just find a way to move on. a way to just to live regardless. You know, we will have the timeline for every single one of us.
Yes. Everything that has a beginning will have an end. So when you lose people, just imagine. That's what I studied the scriptures and I realized that one way or the other, all of us, that's my conclusion, all of us will pass. So maybe they are done with their assignments. Maybe to us we feel like they were in their prime when it happened, but the fact that it happened should let us know that they have gotten to their destination. You that you are still alive. Some people will say because their husband, like the person that you just mentioned, do you know that some people will even kill themselves? That no, I can't do without this person. They will carry rat poison and eat it. You have to find a way to adapt to life without that person. You adapt to life without that person. How do you cope? What is the coping mechanism? That's what I cannot say, because it will depend on what you find on your journey. For me, I found God. Okay, apart from finding God, you could just give us like 3 easy steps that help you. Okay, number 1 is to when you are in grief, allow yourself to grieve. It has happened. Don't avoid it. When you need to cry, cry. When you need to reach out to people, I'm feeling heavy. I remember there was a day, it felt as if my sister was in the room with me. I called the sister, I said, see, I'm coming to your house. I can't stay in that room. I can't stay in that room. So I left. I went to my friend's place and I stayed there for like 3 days. When I was even going back, when I said, you people will follow me. Wow. Yes, you will follow me because I can't even explain how I was feeling. Do you understand? I said, please, you will follow me. It was as if she was in the room. As if she was everywhere I turn, as if she would block me. Wow. That was how I was feeling. So I had to leave the house. So the first thing we need to do, if we need to grieve, is a natural response to losing someone very close. You are human and you should feel it. If you don't feel it, there's a problem. You should feel it. Allow yourself, if you want to cry, cry. If you need to go and meet somebody, if you need to meet a therapist, if you need to see a psychologist. We don't take therapy too seriously in this. We don't take it seriously. We don't take it seriously. I don't know why. If you need to see a therapist, because if you get to a point, you'll be seeing that person all over the place. I know what I am talking about. It will look as if you are seeing the person all over the place. Everybody on the street will be looking like them. There was a day I saw one brother at Okelere. I got down from my car. I went to meet him. I said, how are you? What is your name? Where are you from? I did the investigation because it looked as if I think my brother did not die. I think they lied to me. Wow. They were looking, it was as if it was the same person. Wow. And after our conversation, I now told him, I said, I'm sorry. My brother died. And you are here looking like him. And he was like, I said, it's not funny. I brought out my phone. I showed him. He was like, ha. Do you understand? For that day, it was some sort of therapy for me. Because I joked about it, we laughed, I laughed with the guy, and I got home, I felt better. Everybody on the streets will be looking like your late brother. You'll be looking like your late landlord. It has happened to me severally. So, allow yourself to grieve. Number 2, you need people. When you are grieving, you just lost someone. Don't push people away. Don't stay alone. No. Allow me to be local about it. You cannot. You need people. You need support. You need a solid support system. And for me, that is where my church came in. Because I'm an introvert, I don't really have people like that. So I'll go back to church. I join some groups, and then we'll hang out, we'll pray together, and then we start getting better. Like I said, you will not forget, but you will remember them. Sometimes you remember them with a smile. I promise you, to get to that level, it does not matter how bad the situation was when they died. It will get to a point, you will remember them with a smile on your face. The first time it happened to me, I said, I hope this will get to someone out there. It's getting better. Like for my sister, I told you how long it took me to get over the fact that she called me that morning. She did laundry. She cooked. And she called me, says, I want to come to your place. I said, I'm going out now. Can you come in the evening? Just that alone, do you know how long it because I kept blaming myself for that. Each time I remember, I will cry. But it got to a point that I remember and I will smile. I say, it's getting better. It's getting better. So, grieve when you are supposed to grieve. Then you have to take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So everything that you need to do, because now as you think you need some sort of support system, when you lose somebody, you need to be some sort of support system for other people. They are dumping that sadness and everything in you, especially if you are more closer to the person that died. Everything they will be saying to be eating you more than every other person, and they know. So they will come and meet you and say, there was a time, there was a day, they are dumping it on you unconsciously. You are absorbing it because you are closer to that person. You are closer to that person. So as they are dumping it, you are absorbing it. You are absorbing that pain. You are absorbing their sadness. Do you understand? When you realize that you are absorbing, some people will say, how will I know? You will know because you will be feeling heavy. You will be heavier. Yes. So you cannot pour from an empty cup, like I said. If you need to avoid that kind of people, avoid them. We can heal separately. Yeah. We can heal separately. Like when my brother died, my sister died, then 6 years after my brother died. And uncle called me. Hello? As I said hello, said, what happened? Why are your siblings dying and you refuse to die? Yes, somebody said it to me. Your siblings are dying and you refuse to die. And I said, Uncle, me, I will not die. Me, I will not die. When I die today, if I die today, it's God that killed me. I will not die. I refuse to die. Do you understand? So, if not that, by then, I already had an understanding that something is going on. That we need to fight in the place of prayer. Do you understand? That person will drop that rubbish on me. I will absorb it. I will be fearful. Yes, I will not be able to function anywhere. So some of these things, you tackle them too, spiritually. In the place of prayer, you tackle them in the place. I'm saying this from the believer POV. You tackle them from the place of prayer. That uncle that said I refused to die, that your siblings died. Maybe he was supposed to say, why would death jump you and go and kill 2 people? Do you understand? I called him recently. I said, Uncle, I've not heard from you in a while. I hope you are okay. He said, me, I have not died though. You will not die. I just said, let me remind you. So if you are cooking anything, if you are planning anything, be careful. Do you understand? So it depends on, and then your environment too. your environment. If you feel like some things are happening in your environment, maybe you need to move. Maybe you need a change of environment. Yes, I'm serious. It happens. Maybe you need to change your environment. So all these things, they are interwoven together.
Wow. And as we draw today's episode to a close, we will not forget to point out the fact that we cherish the moments that we have with people.
Yes.
Because most of the time when things happen, we are filled with had I known I had more time with this person, had I known we went out more together. It is usually those things, wishes, So while we are still here, we still have the breath in us. We just need to create the culture of spending more time, together and cherishing the moments. Thank you so much, Yaayanda, for coming on the show with us.
Pleasure.
And I hope that you've been able to speak to somebody's soul.
I sincerely hope so. I sincerely hope so.
I'm hoping that someone finds healing from this night onward. Thank you so much. That is all that we have on the show today. It took one last breath for someone to say goodbye. And most times they do when we are not ready. However, we wish and we can only try and hope that whatever we do here, that they are looking down on us from heaven and smiling because we are making them proud. Whatever you do as you go into the new week, make sure that you make the people that you once loved, who are no longer here, make them proud and be strong for them, because I think that is what will make them really, really happy wherever they are. Remember to join us next week on yet another episode of Reflections. I'm still your girl, Cynthia Otuwaribo. Bye-bye for now.